Good afternoon. My name is Donna Feazell, and I'm your host of The Edge on IC Radio, your source for news and entertainment. You can find us locally on television, Channel 182, and that's in North Alabama. You can find us on Charter Communications, Channel 182. And we also are syndicated. You can find us worldwide on Abundant Television, which is found on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire. Don't forget the podcast, netnewsnetwork.net. Thank you again so much for watching. You also find us on all the social media sites as well. So I have a very special guest with me right now. His name is John William. He is actually the owner of Prime Pawn USA. Hi, John. Welcome to the show.
How's it going, Donna? Thanks for having me.
Oh, it's going great. I'm just having the time of my life. I've got the world's best job. I get to meet all kinds of nice people like you. And I hear you started a business in Rainsville.
I did. We started about 7 years ago. Kind of a need that we noticed. There were a couple of gun stores around. Nobody was doing the whole pawn shop thing. I've been in the business pretty much my whole life. So I said, well, give it my shot. Open one up and see what happens. And it's been good. The city of Rainsville has been very good to us.
That's great. You know something? I love guns. And so I have one, and I got really tickled at my husband. So this is several years ago. My husband said most women would want diamonds, whatever, for their birthday or for Christmas or whatever. And so Phil said, what would you like for Christmas? And I said, I want another gun. And he goes, that's why I married you. I think that's pretty cool.
Oh, so yeah.
We go and we buy a gun, and we had to have this background check done. Mm-hmm. I passed it right on through. They stopped him. He was, I don't know why. They said, we're going to have to wait a few days on you, sir. Well, I just laughed at it. I said, yeah, he's a hardened criminal.
Right, yeah. They don't give us a reason why. For instance, my name is John Brown, so I have a very common name, and they delay me for 5 days every time that I try to leave with a gun. I don't get to leave it the same day, even though it's my store. I own the FFL to it. I hold all the rights. If I want to take one home, 5 day wait. They won't give me a reason why. It's just some people get unlucky. Some people go right through. Some people have to wait. They don't give us a reason why.
It's so funny because I have a friend also. Every time he takes it, he works corporate with Bank of America, and he has a common name. And there's apparently a thug out there somewhere that has been arrested several times. Every time he takes a flight, every single time he's stopped and he's flagged. So yeah, I get that, and I'm really glad that they are careful that way. I think it's great, and I think it's great for your business as well.
Oh, 100%, because we do not want people that can't have guns to get guns. We're happy the background checks are going through. We're happy that the people that can get guns are able to, but the people who shouldn't have them, we keep them off the street.
Yeah, I think that's pretty cool. So let's talk about this for a few minutes. So let's just say a woman is shopping for a gun. We live in some strange times, and so more and more people are buying guns. I think that's great, but you need to know how to use it. So should the husband choose the gun, or should he bring his significant other to the pawn shop with him to let her choose the gun?
So it's cliche what I'm about to say, but I really believe in it. I believe the gun chooses the owner just as much as the owner chooses it. Something that feels good in my hand that I really enjoy and it fits right isn't probably going to fit my wife's hand. When I bought her first firearm, it's completely different than what I carry. But it's what she has confidence in. It's what she feels comfortable with. And ultimately, that's what you want, because God forbid, if you ever have to use it, you want something that feels good to you, not something that feels good to me.
Because I'll have to tell you, my husband wanted me to get this huge Smith and Wesson. And I said, I can't even hold it. I mean, it is so heavy, I can't do it. So I was really lucky the person who sold me the gun said, the same premises that you're saying, which made me trust, and it makes me trust you, because I'm going to be shopping for another one pretty soon.
Oh, well, good. Yeah, come see us.
So, I mean, I wanted it to fit in my hand. Now, is there a because I wanted this cute little pink one I saw, but it was too small. It was basically too small. And my husband said, that's just going to make somebody mad. Is that a true statement, or he just didn't want me to have the cute pink gun?
No, the 9mm that's all black and the 9mm that's stainless and pink and looks pretty shoots the exact same bullet. It's going to cause the same amount of damage. The unfortunate person on the other end of it isn't going to care if it's black or pink. It's going to send the same message.
Doesn't matter, does it?
No, not at all.
Let's talk about the person who's a little afraid of guns.
Okay.
Should they even be shopping for a gun at this point?
It's kind of like you said earlier, in the world that we live in, unfortunately, I believe everybody needs something. You can just be going and getting gas, and somebody could come up, try to get in your car, try to steal money from what have you. Everybody needs something, because the world, in my opinion, is just drifting off the map. So yeah, whether you're scared of them or not, there's classes around. There's some police and sheriff's offices, offer classes. There's a new store in Boaz that offers those classes. I've seen that's been great. Great turnout. So Alabama Firearm Academy. There's some friends of mine that have opened it, so they offer classes there. You can get the help to make you confident, but I think everybody needs something to protect yourself and your family.
Well, and I hate to see some people trashing guns. I just hate. I grew up with guns. My dad always had one, kept one. We just knew not to touch it. So let's talk about the safety with parents and their kids. I mean, we just knew not to touch it. We just knew. So what advice do you have for parents who are thinking about getting a gun, but they're a little afraid of the kids being around them?
So we've got a child, my wife and I, that actually turns 2 later on this week, and we have guns. We've got a safe full of rifles, shotguns, whatever. I have a couple of handguns. She has a handgun. And the way that we do it is, keep them out of hand's reach. Don't put them in a bedside table, something where, the child can get into it. Because at 2, you really can't teach them a whole lot anyways. But once they get older, like you were taught, like I was taught, like the majority of people are taught, don't touch it. Treat every gun like it's loaded. The first thing you do, you get it, breach it, make sure it's unloaded. You just got to ingrain that in them and train the children to check it and make sure that they're not going to do anything that's going to be, devastating.
And I also wanted to mention it's not the gun that kills. It's actually the person who's handling the gun. But this is one of mine, and I really do like this.
Right.
It fits me well. I mean, I just like the way it fits. And but now the one thing about it is pulling this back. So sometimes that can be a little bit hard. What are your thoughts about gun maintenance?
So as far as that goes, most of the guns that come in, if you buy it new, are going to have a little tight spring to it. It's going to be harder, to pull back. There's a couple of manufacturers now that make an EZ style of slide where it makes it really easy to cock it back. People with arthritis, people that don't have really the grip strength to get those slides back, it makes it a little bit easier, for you to get the slide back. There's other options too. If you just do not like that and it just gets too hard, get a revolver. You push a button, the cylinder slides out the side, you load it, close it back up. So, whether you want an automatic, whether you want a revolver, what have you, there's a gun out there for everybody, and we can put you in it.
Right now we're talking about guns. I have John with me, and he's with Prime Pawn, and they are out of Rainsville, Alabama. What's the address there?
752 Main Street East, Rainsville, Alabama. We're right in between the Ace Hardware and the 50 Taters restaurant. 50 Taters and us actually share a gate, so you can go get you something to eat, slide on by. If you're waiting to get in, slide on by and check us out.
There you go. And also the telephone number there.
256-638-2274.
We're talking just a little bit about gun safety and gun maintenance and how do you handle a gun and that kind of thing. Right. And also when you buy a gun, there has to be a background check done, which, I admire. I'm really proud that happens. What kind of information is on that gun check?
You can go to the ATF's website and you can look up any question that you have. You can get a printout of the actual form so you can see what kind of questions are going to be asked, see if you qualify or not. Let's say, you might have had a little bit of trouble earlier on in your life. That shouldn't be on your record anymore. It will give you the people to talk to see if that's going to be a problem.
You never know because, identity theft is just rampant right now. So does that also play into that cause?
We haven't had anything happen like that yet because the individual has to come in and actually fill out the form in person. So, and then we will run the check here. It's not like we get an email of a completed form. The individual has to be in store to fill it out. So we haven't had a case of stolen identity yet. It could happen, but not yet.
Anything good at this point. Now, you sell a lot more than guns. Let's talk about some of the other things you carry.
We sell a little bit of everything. We do, of course, the firearms. We have a good selection of jewelry, chains, rings, earrings, pendants, whatever you want. Newer electronics, the newest game systems, the Xboxes, the PS5s, TVs from 75 inches on up if you want it, tools, pressure washers. We just sold a couple of riding lawnmowers this week. So, I mean, just about anything that you want, we've got or we can get a hold of.
That sounds really good. So now you also take automobile titles. How does that work?
We do. So let's say you're just running a little short on cash, and you need a little money, and you own your vehicle. You continue driving your vehicle. You bring your title in. We'll give you the loan. We'll hold the title here, and then once you're ready to pick it up, you come pick your title back up, and you continue driving your vehicle.
Oh, okay. Well, that's easy.
Right,
I didn't know it was that easy.
Yep, very easy.
Yeah, because different things can happen. There can be a death in the family. It could be a divorce. It could be just a million reasons why you would need that service. So yeah, and there's nothing to be looked down on at all. Things happen.
So yeah, the pawnbroking industry unfortunately has had a pretty bad reputation over the last few decades. But one thing that we strive for is to let people know that that's not really what pawn shops are. You need $100 here, $200 there, whatever. A bank's not going to give it to you. You don't want to go ask friends and family, so you can come to us. That's what we're here for. You got your hours cut back at work, and you need an extra couple of $100. Well, come give your TV, your electronics, a pistol, your car, whatever. It's not going to go anywhere. We'll take good care of it like it's ours, and then you can get the help that you need. That's what we're here for.
Yeah. Are there things that you would not take on pawn?
You can bring in whatever, and we'll take a look at it. About the only thing that we do not take is car audio, the subwoofers and the speakers. But other than that, bring in whatever you got and we'll look at it. And we've even taken a couple of amps and a couple of subs before. That's just something that we normally try to stay away from. But if you've got something that you're interested in selling, bring it up here and we'll check it out.
Something that I think about a lot, very often, and we have a lot of guests on the show who talk about what if something happens to the grid. So the thing I think about, if something were to happen to the grid, what could we do about communications? Do you guys ever get old CB radios or anything like that?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we get CBs. We get the old radios, that you can dial up, all that good stuff. So we get a little bit of all of it.
That's pretty cool. And I wanted to mention this too, on any cell phone. Whether it's connected or not. And let's say, sometimes there's family disturbances. And I know one of my friends, Deborah Shear, told me about this. And she's with Second Chance Shelter for women and abused men as well. And she said if you have an old cell phone, as long as it'll power up, the battery's not drained down, and you run into an emergency situation, it doesn't have to be connected to any cell phone carrier. She said you can just dial 911. And it works.
That's true. Whether you have service or not, it's the same thing. If you have an iPhone and you hit the power button like 3 or 4 times, that emergency call will come out. 911 will be reached no matter what's going on. You don't have to have minutes on your phone. You don't have to have a plan. If you need to dial 911, that phone will dial it.
That sounds good. Well, something, time flies, John. We're going to have to go into a commercial break. We're going to be right back in just a few minutes. Everybody hang in there, okay? Great interview. At Lamone's Mexican Restaurant, located in Henniger, Alabama, and voted Best Mexican Restaurant of DeKalb County, Alabama 2020, we're here to serve you with authentic Mexican cuisine. Order easily online by going to lamonsmex.com or call 256-657-3999 to place your order. We're open Sunday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. and Friday and Saturday, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Whether you're celebrating a cozy date night for 2 or a celebration for a crowd, at Lamone's you'll love our atmosphere and friendly servers. Thank you for dining with Lamone's Mexican Restaurant.
Let
Rhonda at Rhonda's Elite Tax LLC take the burden off you for all your tax needs. I know because Rhonda has been taking care of my business since 2013. I feel Rhonda works for me because she knows the direct questions to ask to better benefit my unique business in order for me to get back the biggest refund possible. Rhonda is an ongoing student, and she knows tax laws are in a constant change every year. Call 256-281-9903 for an appointment to take the dread out of getting your taxes done. Rhonda is located at 11968 U.S. Highway 431 in Boaz. Again, that number is 256-281-9903. And let Rhonda's Elite Tax LLC champion your personal and business taxes. Jeff McCurdy of the McCurdy Law Firm has been a public service of this area for over 10 years. McCurdy, a member of the Henniger City Council, serves as prosecutor for the town of Sylvania and was named public defender for the city of Rainsville. The McCurdy Law Firm is located at 17326 Alabama Highway 75 in Henniger to better represent his Jackson and DeKalb County clients. If you need to be represented by a true public servant with proven success, call Jeff at 256-996-8701 or send a private email to mccurdylawfirm@gmail.com. No representation is made that the legal services performed is greater than the legal services performed by other lawyers. At Liberty Bank, we're all about community, whether it's to help with a charity fundraiser or help families in need. Toys at Christmas or a local football team, we're here for you. You see, we realize the importance of family. Sometimes it's to build a new home or necessary home repairs. We're here for you. If you like the feel of a small town bank with all the conveniences of a big city bank, we're here to serve you. You will find us at any of our convenient locations in DeKalb, Marshall, Etowah, and Blount counties in North Alabama. You can call and speak with any of our friendly staff at 256-659-2175 or check us out on the web at libertybankal.com. And thank you for your support of our community. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender. The Hatter Cafe and Country Inn is nestled in the northeast corner of Alabama the Beautiful in the delightful town of Mentone. We're located on top of scenic Lookout Mountain near Little River and DeSoto State Park and located only 5 minutes from shopping and restaurants. There is also a nearby community walking path and golf course. We welcome everyone through the doors and we are committed to outstanding service for all guests. At the Hatter Cafe and Country Inn, we invite people from all walks of life to come and get away from it all, enjoy the open spaces, treetop views, fresh, clean air, and experience Southern hospitality at its finest. We look forward to hosting you. To reserve a special event, or if you would love a special getaway at the Country Inn, you can call us at 256-634-2018. Okay, we are back. My name is Donna, and I am your host of The Edge on IC Radio, in Christ Radio, your source for news and entertainment. You can also find us on television, channel 182 on Charter Communications and Abundant Television, which is found on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire. And you can also find us on our blog. Take a look at this, netsnewsnetwork.net. Now, I wanted to mention this to you. If you get your feelings hurt really well, you're not going to like this blog. You're just not going to like it. Folks there tell you the truth, and they tell you like as it is. Okay, I have John with me right now, and he's with Prime Pond. And you have a location in Rainsville. Do you have any other locations?
We are currently building the building for our second location in Section, Alabama, right at the red light. Where the old auction house used to be, the big red building. we're putting a building. The storefront's going to be right in front of it, hoping to be opened up later on this year.
Oh, that's awesome. So that's great. Business must be doing well.
It's doing well. Like I said, we've been open about 7 years, and it's getting a little tight here. So we figured open one out in the hometown and see what happens there.
Absolutely. You have a lot of college kids, they're just, Northeast Alabama Community College is just right there by you. And, maybe they just need a little quick buck. Maybe, the parents, the check got lost in the mail from the parents. Different things can happen. So there are different ways you can you take care of folks. And I wanted to say the customer service. And what does customer service mean to you, John?
Oh, it means everything. Like I said, the pawnbroking industry has such a rough reputation, and that we're trying to break. Customer service is where that begins, to take care of people and know that, hey, we're not trying to take advantage. We're not trying to rip you off. We're here to help. You know what I mean? If you need a couple of extra bucks to get through, we're here. And, one thing that we want to do is develop a relationship with the customer. That's why we have so much repeat business. People that have came from other stores, they'll come here and they continue to do business with us, because that's something that we strive for, is to be the best business and customer service around.
I think so too, and I know I'm in the business. I want you to advertise with me, but now the best advertising is word of mouth.
Correct.
I mean, I even admit that.
Right.
And it's because you can make or break a customer. Sometimes somebody just misunderstands. So how do you handle folks? Because sometimes people just wake up on the wrong side of the bed. They just fuss about everything that particular day. How do you handle a comment, say like on Facebook or something like that? Have you ever received any bad reviews?
We've had one review on Google that was subpar, and I think we've had one on Facebook that was subpar. One, talking about the background checks earlier, the gentleman could not fill out the paperwork correctly. I don't know if he just didn't have his mind all the way there. Something was going on, and I didn't let him leave with the firearm because he couldn't fill out the form. And then another one, they didn't make it in at the allotted time. We ended up selling their item, and they weren't very happy about that. But we take in the spades, and we do everything that we can to try to make the situation better. But sometimes it doesn't happen, and you get a negative feedback. You'll take it under the chin and keep going. But most of it is overwhelmingly positive, that people are happy with what we're doing here.
Well, I've got to say this, John. I'm really, as a citizen of this area, I'm glad you didn't let the person have the gun.
Right. Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate that.
So thank you for that. They could have come to my house. Who knows?
Yeah. If you can't fill out the form, we're not going to let you leave with it. You got to fill out the form. So
that makes sense. Let's get back into if I wanted to pawn something. Let's just say maybe I inherited some china from my grandmother or something.
Yeah.
And so how does that process work? What if I just don't really want it back? I just want you to have it.
So you bring an item in. Let's say you bring in a silver plate, okay, and you're wanting $100 for it. You have two options there. Number one, you can sell it outright. We'll write you up for the purchase of it. We'll give you the money. You leave. That's the end of the transaction. If you want a loan, if it's a priceless heirloom that you just got to get back, you're just running a little short on cash that day. What we'll do is we'll take it in. We'll wrap it up. We'll put your name on it. Put it in the back with all of our other pawn merchandise, and then in 30 days you can come in and pay the little 25% convenience fee to hold it for 30 more days, or you can pay $125, which is what we gave you, plus the convenience fee to pick it up, and then your item's back.
That sounds easy enough right there for me. Let's talk about collectibles. I have, and you'll never get this, John, but I have some Elvis records, some 45s.
Elvis records. Yep.
Oh, yeah. My mother was a huge Elvis. Well, she still is. Huge Elvis fan from the 50s. And then I became one of the 70s. I really loved Elvis. So do you ever get collectible items into the pawn shop?
Oh yeah, we've had records come through. We've had a couple of Beatle records, a couple of Elvis records. We've had Barbie dolls that have came through. Still in the packaging that we've taken in. So like I said, whatever you've got. I mean, from TVs to Barbie dolls to guns, George, bring it in. We take just about everything. So
Yeah.
yeah, collectibles is just fun.
I wanted to also mention jewelry. I mean, you'll never get a better deal. Do you
Oh,
get
no.
pearls and that kind of thing?
Oh yeah, we have pearls, we have diamonds, we have just about any kind of gemstone you want, and it's going to be a fraction of what you pay for at retail. These K jewelers and Jareds and all of that, they're going to crush you when
Yeah.
it comes to the process of especially diamonds. So if you want a diamond ring, check with us first and see what the process, because you're going to be very surprised. Probably have a little sticker shock when you go to Jared's and then come to us and see the same ring for about 20% of what they're asking for it.
I think so too. But I don't know. I have a friend who had the most beautiful ring I think I've ever seen in my life. And I was complimenting her on it. And I said, those diamonds, that is a beautiful, beautiful ring. And she said, it's not real diamonds. How in the world do you tell the difference? Because some of these look like diamonds.
Well, some of these are getting very tough. They're growing diamonds. They're lab created diamonds. And
yeah.
They actually look the same and hold up a little bit better than a diamond that you would mind. But we've got a couple of instruments that we can test and make sure if we've got it that it's a real diamond, it's a real diamond out of the earth. That's been mined. It's not lab grown. It's not anything like that. But we do have a couple of those. If you want something that looks just like a diamond, that's going to be a little bit less. We can hook you up with a great fake diamond or a lab created diamond.
Now, what's the difference between 10 karat gold, 14 karat gold, 18 karat? What's the big difference in those?
It's purity of gold. So like 10 karat is 41.7% pure gold, where 14 karat is 58.5% pure gold. That's why the numbers differ. And you talk about 22 karat, 24 karat. You don't see that very often in jewelry. That's mostly your coins and your bars and what have you.
Now, do you guys buy gold?
Oh yeah, yes, ma'am. We buy whatever you've got. If it's coins, bars, if it's broken, if it's not, those herringbone chains. If you barely bend those wrong, they'll never be fixed again. But we take them in all the time. If it's broken in 3 or 4 different pieces, if the ring's over here and the diamond's over there, that's fine. We'll buy that too. So whatever you got, you can bring it in, and we'll give you the highest prices around.
I'm going to tell you, I'm going to come by. There's a necklace I've had probably 30 years, and I've not worn it much, and it's gold. I mean, it's like 14 karat gold, but it's the kind of chain that it's bent, and you can't get it straightened down. So you would actually buy that?
Oh, sure. Yeah, just because we can't retail it doesn't mean we won't buy it. A lot of things now are being scrapped down, so you'll just buy it and sell it for the price of gold, and then somebody will melt it down and maybe make it into a new piece. Yeah, just because it's broken doesn't mean it's worthless. It's the complete opposite. It's still worth what the market says it's worth, which right now the market is extremely high. Last month it hit the highest that I've ever seen it, and I've been in this business since I was 7.
I'll have to run by. I'll have to let you see that. Sure. We've got less than a minute left in this segment. What would you like to tell everybody before we go?
I don't really have a whole lot to say. We've went through a lot. Just come see us if you need a little money here or there. That's what we're here for. We can help you out. We do loans anywhere from $50 up to $5,000. Whatever you need, you come and see us. And then if you want something at a great price, come check us out too. We've got guns, jewelry, electronics. We've got wheels for cars. We got washing machines, chainsaws, whatever. So come check us out. We'd be more than happy to help you.
Absolutely. Thank you, John, for being on the show. And thank you so much for watching. I'm Donna. I'm your host of The Edge on IC Radio, your source for news and entertainment. You can find us on television, channel 182 on Charter Communications and Abundant Television, syndicated on Roku, Apple TV, Amazon Fire, and don't forget, netnewsnetwork.net. You take care. I'll see you in a few minutes with another awesome guest. John, thank you.
Thank you, Donna. I appreciate it.